Now to a mystery in the skies over New Mexico. An American Airlines pilot flying from Kentucky to Phoenix last weekend called air traffic control to report a close encounter with an unknown object.
Is 2025 the year of a cosmic revelation? Reports are flooding in from Florida to New Mexico of bizarre lights, disc-shaped crafts, and even interdimensional beings, and they're only getting stranger. Could commercial jets be dancing with extraterrestrials, or are we looking at bizarre illusions? From a cigar-shaped UFO zooming past an American Airlines flight to Valentine's orbs swirling mysteriously over San Francisco, each sighting stretches the limits of our imagination. Cigar-shaped UFO. On February 15, 2025, an American Airlines flight called Flight 2292 was traveling over New Mexico when something very strange happened. A long, cigar-shaped object zoomed past the plane at an incredible speed. Witnesses on board saw it appear out of nowhere and then vanish just as fast. Soon after, footage and reports of the encounter spread online, sparking debates about what this object could be. Some claimed it might have been a drone, while others insisted it had no wings or obvious source of power. The main reason this sighting caught so much attention is the lack of any clear explanation. A few people suggested that passengers could have filmed the plane's window vent, yet others disagreed. They argued the camera movement was not fast enough to make an air pressure hole look like a speeding object. Many viewers felt the timing and direction of the UFO's path seemed too precise for a random illusion. Adding to the intrigue is the belief that commercial pilots often make reliable witnesses. They have strong training in identifying known aircraft and are less likely to mistake something ordinary for a UFO. For decades, people have claimed to see cigar-shaped objects in the sky, leading some to think they might be top-secret craft. Others believe these strange shapes could be from somewhere beyond Earth, pointing to stories of unidentified objects from around the globe. One detail that stands out is how quickly this object seemed to move. Passengers said it appeared like a blur, and the video reveals a swift, almost darting motion. If it were a normal plane or jet, skeptics claim we would see clear wings or other standard features. The absence of any visible propulsion system led some viewers to suspect advanced technology or even extraterrestrial design. The cigar-shaped UFO near Flight 2292 reminds us that our skies can still surprise us. In a year packed with odd sightings, this one stood out for its speed and sleek form. Skywatchers say more encounters may surface, especially now that people carry cameras everywhere. In the end, this event has fueled curiosity about hidden objects we might be missing overhead. Whether it was advanced technology or something beyond our understanding, the question remains, what was it? While we may never know the full truth behind this sighting, it has inspired ongoing debate among believers, skeptics, and curious onlookers alike. The possibility of hidden technologies and mysteries overhead keeps our eyes ever eagerly fixed on the skies. New Jersey light dots. One of the most puzzling sightings in early 2025 took place in Brunswick, New Jersey. On February 13th, a series of strange dots of light appeared in the sky, drawing fast attention from local residents and UFO watchers online.
Went to go look to see if they were. I just figured that's what they were doing. And then once they came out and said that they're not, and they don't know what they are, and they're not foreign, but they're not ours, and they don't pose a threat, that's when it becomes concerning.
Although they seemed small and distant, these lights stood out because of how they moved and lingered. Many people took videos to share on social media, where a well-known UFO enthusiast, Scott Waring, looked into the case more deeply. Scott tested the lights against flight radar apps and a sky guide to rule out known aircraft or bright planets. To his surprise, nothing showed up on regular flight trackers, and they did not match any typical star patterns. Some watchers thought it might be a trick of the camera, but the footage was steady enough to show that multiple lights hovered or drifted together. One idea that came up was that these were drones. Some people pointed to unusual drone shows that can be arranged for public events or personal projects. But many who saw the lights in person said they did not behave like typical drones.
I've seen clusters. Last night I saw clusters of about 8 up over here, and but normally I see them a little spread out, and they're sporadic.
They did not form clear shapes or make distinctive buzzing sounds that are normally associated with drone flights. Instead, they floated in a quiet, almost eerie way. Others wondered if these lights could be Chinese lanterns released into the sky, but the color and intensity of the lights seemed too bright to be simple lanterns. Also, lanterns often flicker, and these lights appeared to maintain a steady glow. Witnesses also claimed the lights changed formation without following any wind pattern, which lanterns would have done. The biggest question many people asked, if they were not stars, planes, drones, or lanterns, then what were they? While there is no official answer, the sighting stirred interest among those who study unidentified aerial phenomena. Some suspected new forms of covert military technology being tested under the cover of night. Others, of course, concluded they must be from somewhere beyond Earth. Regardless of the truth, the New Jersey light dots serve as another reminder that strange phenomena can appear when we least expect it. With so many people carrying phones everywhere, these events are easier than ever to document. Even if a final explanation never surfaces, the memory of bright, unexplained orbs floating over a quiet night in Brunswick continues to spark debate among skeptics and believers alike. Bystanders who witnessed the lights are split. Some remain skeptical, thinking there must be an ordinary reason, such as promotional balloons or reflected lights from the ground. Others are convinced there was something truly remarkable happening overhead. They point to the calm way the lights hovered, seemingly unaffected by wind currents. The repeated appearance of such mysterious lights in the same region over the years only adds to the local lore. For now, the mystery remains firmly unresolved. Florida disc-shaped UFO. One of the most interesting UFO sightings from 2025 took place in Florida on February 15th. A local resident was outside when they noticed a strange object in the sky.
Could be seen as proof they exist, but if you've gazed up at the South Florida sky and saw something unusual, well, there is an earthly explanation.
Holding up their phone camera, they zoomed in and observed what looked like a classic disc-shaped object with a slightly conical or bulbous top. At first, they wondered if it could be a balloon or drone, but its shape seemed almost too smooth and precise. The object's surface glistened under the sunlight, catching the eye of anyone looking upward. As the photographer zoomed in and out, they saw the object appear to wobble. Some online viewers pointed out that this wobble might have been caused by the camera's zoom rather than the craft itself. However, others felt the wobble looked natural, almost like the UFO was rocking gently in the air. In the video, the disc never showed any wings or rotors. People who watched the footage found it odd that it did not behave like a normal plane or helicopter. Another point that raised questions was the speed at which the UFO appeared to move, or at times, remain nearly still. If it were a balloon or small drone, wouldn't the wind push it around more obviously? Critics suggested that someone could have been operating a drone with expert finesse. Meanwhile, those more open to mysteries argued that the calm, steady flight pattern did not reflect the typical movements of a drone, which tends to hover in place or move in sharper lines. In interviews with local media, the witness described the craft as disc-like, with a top that was neither completely flat nor tall like a pointy hat. Instead, it was said to be dome-shaped, giving it that classic UFO look. Despite being startled, they managed to keep filming until the object eventually drifted out of sight. After the video surfaced online, countless theories appeared in the comments. Some people said it was a top-secret military project, others believed it was extraterrestrial, and a few thoughts it might be a clever hoax. Valentine's Day. Orbs. Valentine's Day in 2025 brought an unexpected surprise to the skies above the San Francisco Bay Area. People enjoying the holiday noticed strange lights glowing in red, blue, and green. The most eye-catching detail was that smaller blue orbs seemed to appear out of, or merge back into, the brighter red ones. No one could figure out what formed these luminous clusters, or why they moved the way they did. Some onlookers captured videos showing how the lights flickered in a pattern that was neither random nor clearly logical. It soon became a hot topic online, where theories ran wild. One of the first guesses was that this was a drone show, possibly a special Valentine's Day display meant to form romantic shapes. Yet, many watchers argued that the lights never formed a heart or any other clear design. Instead, they simply shifted positions in a slow, almost ghostly dance. Observers also pointed out that typical drone shows are often well coordinated, producing designs that are easy to recognize. These lights, however, appeared erratic, as if they had a mind of their own. Some viewers even described moments when the orbs pulsed in sync, hinting at unique communication or shared control. Speculation grew when onlookers noticed the smaller orbs seemed to move in and out of the red lights without following any standard pattern. Many believed the blue orbs could be separate devices, or perhaps even some type of energy manifestation. Others wondered if they were flares or fireworks, but that idea was quickly dismissed because the lights did not burn out or follow arcs in the sky. Witnesses said they stayed at a consistent height, only drifting from side to side. As the minutes passed, the lights occasionally blinked, drawing gasps from anyone paying close attention. News stations took note. Some viewers speculated that these orbs might be tied to rumors of advanced aerial technology, while others joked that aliens were sending Valentine's messages. Without a clear explanation, the event turned into a hot topic on social media. People shared clips online, hoping experts could shed light on the mystery. No official statement followed, leaving answers as elusive as ever. Even those inclined toward earthly explanations struggled to label these lights something familiar. Whatever they were, they brought a unique twist to the holiday. In a year full of strange sightings, these Valentine's Day orbs stood out in people's minds. Interdimensional beings. A strange and eerie event made headlines in 2025 when a video surfaced claiming to show interdimensional beings. The footage came from a security camera, and what it captured left many people puzzled. In the video, strange humanoid figures appeared, but they didn't look like normal humans. Their movements were unusual, and their glowing, almost otherworldly appearance added to the mystery. Some people online immediately labeled them as interdimensional beings, while others tried to explain the sighting through more practical means. One of the most talked about details in the footage was the appearance of the beings. Some viewers noticed that their feet didn't look human. They appeared claw-like, which gave the figures a creepy and alien feel. Another strange feature was their heads or faces, which seemed to glow brightly, standing out even more against the dark background of the video. These small but distinct details made it hard for many people to believe it was just an ordinary person walking by. Skeptics, however, offered more down-to-earth explanations. They suggested the low light and camera lag could have caused the strange appearance of the figures. Security cameras often create blurred or distorted images when there isn't enough light, especially when someone moves quickly. This could explain why the figures looked stretched or distorted. But even with these explanations, some people remained unconvinced. They pointed out that the claw-like feet and glowing features didn't seem like something a camera glitch would create. One of the most fascinating parts of the video is when it's slowed down and viewed frame by frame. This could explain why the figures looked stretched or distorted. But even with these explanations, some people remained unconvinced. They pointed out that the claw-like feet and glowing features didn't seem like something a camera glitch would create. One of the most fascinating parts of the video is when it's slowed down and viewed frame by frame. At one point, the legs of one figure seemed to bend unnaturally, almost like they weren't built to walk like humans. This added more fuel to the idea that these weren't ordinary people, but something entirely different. Those who believe in interdimensional beings say this video is proof that such entities exist and that they occasionally cross into our world. While no official explanation has been given, the footage has sparked debates and discussions online. Some people remain firm in their belief that these figures were interdimensional beings, while others say it's just a trick of the camera. Either way, the video has captured the imagination of many and added yet another mystery to the growing list of unexplained phenomena in 2025. Whether it's a glitch, a hoax, or something truly unexplainable, this sighting will keep people talking for a long time. Austin, Texas UFO and particles. On February 15, 2025, something strange happened in the skies over Austin, Texas. It was around 8:49 p.m. when a local resident noticed a flashing light high in the sky. Thinking it looked unusual, they decided to record it. At first, the person focused on the flashing light, believing it might be a satellite, a plane, or even a star. But as they reviewed the footage later, they realized they had captured much more than just a single flashing light. In the video, small star-like lights can be seen moving in the background. At first, they seem still, like ordinary stars, but then they begin to move, almost as if they were chasing each other. Some moved in pairs, while others seemed to swerve in ways that no known aircraft could. The movements were smooth but strange, and they didn't match the patterns of planes or satellites. This was one of the things that made the sighting so unusual. But that wasn't the only odd thing captured in the footage. Toward the end of the video, strange particles began to appear in front of the camera. They looked like tiny snowflakes or flurries floating through the air. However, the sky was clear, the temperature was around 60 degrees Fahrenheit, and there was no snow or rain in the area. This raised questions about what those particles could be. Were they dust? Something falling from the sky? Or perhaps something related to the UFOs themselves? One thing that stood out about this sighting was how steady the camera was. The stars, the flashing light, and the moving objects all stayed in clear positions, meaning the strange movements of the lights weren't caused by shaky hands or camera movement. This made it clear that the objects in the sky were actually moving on their own. The person recording didn't even notice the smaller lights at first, as they were so focused on the flashing light. It wasn't until later, when they reviewed the footage, that the extra details became apparent. This sighting has left many people scratching their heads. The flashing light, the moving stars, and the mysterious particles all came together to create one of the most intriguing UFO sightings of the year. UFOs on commercial flights. Looking out the window of a plane, you never know what you might see. This pilot spotted a round object flying next to his aircraft. It glows and has a classic disc shape. It got close, then suddenly shot straight up at an unbelievable speed, vanishing instantly. Is it just chance? Or is there a connection between UFOs and commercial flights? In another video, a small black object zipped past a plane window at a high speed. Some say it was a drone, but the altitude makes that hard to believe. This footage has fueled wild theories about airlines secretly working with aliens on advanced teleportation technology. If you find this mysterious, then get ready for the mind-blowing revelation just ahead. Hanging UFO. This strange flying object was spotted hovering just a few feet above the ground, but what shocked people was the way it remained unbothered by the camera recording it. But it wasn't alone. A second object follows closely behind, although it is less visible than the first one. Suddenly, it started beaming a flashing blue light. According to aviation experts, the light could be a signal to the other UFO. This unusual sight has triggered several theories. Is it an alien spaceship? Or is it just a glitch in our world? Apocalyptic light. People have predicted the world's end for centuries, and none was as frightening as the famous 2012 scare. A new video from Cordoba, Argentina, has stirred up these fears again. What you see on your screen now is a huge object caught falling from the sky with a flashing light. According to some sources, it is an alien reconnaissance drone gathering intelligence on us, but no alien soldiers have appeared in the streets. Others believe it was the military testing a new high-tech flying machine. Airborne figure. People in Russia were shocked when they saw this human-like figure floating still in the sky. It was crouched in a squatting position and slowly moved backward before vanishing completely. No one knows what it was or where it came from, which has left millions of people guessing. According to extraterrestrial experts, it has a comb-shaped head, just like we expect aliens to have. But critics believe it is just something more ordinary, like a helium balloon that can change shape. Green beam scam. People were panicked when they saw a black saucer-shaped object, followed by a trail of smoke in perfect sync. The internet quickly filled with theories, from secret government experiments to alien visits. Meanwhile, in Colorado, people were startled by flashing lights and a swirling green beam lighting the night sky. At first, they thought it was another military drill, but when no further military activity was observed, people began thinking it could be something extraterrestrial, maybe even a space object sending a distress signal. Dancing flares. A strange video appeared online, showing two bright orange orbs chasing each other at high speed. Their sharp, precise movements have led people to conclude they are either advanced alien drones or other technology beyond our current capability. In another similar video, a huge triangular object hovers above the clouds. Its massive size and shape remind people of futuristic bases from sci-fi movies. Could these command centers for aliens be home to creatures living in the clouds? Tell us what you think before we continue. Orange orbs. The internet exploded with excitement after this clip appeared. You can see orange orbs floating in the sky over Colombia. At first, they were hard to see, but as the camera zoomed in, they looked like small fireballs with hat-like shapes. The orbs slowly descended and disappeared, moving intelligently and purposefully. While the family who filmed it believed they were aliens, others thought they might be air lanterns. Although some dismissed it as a fake, many fans were convinced it was real. Rotating object. Get ready to have your mind blown away by this rotating object spreading like a tentacle. It moves in strange patterns, suddenly stands still, and darts away at unimaginable speed. There are two versions of the explanation for this. Some people suggest that it is an unknown flying object with an unusual design, but some argue that an unknown creature might move through the atmosphere. But what kind of animal can suddenly speed off like this? Strange sky activity. The mysterious lights seen in this video have left many people unsettled. At first, one might think it is a glitch in nature, but if you observe closely, it appears more like a machine. The person who filmed the video suggested that the small orbs might be UFOs protecting a larger spacecraft scanning Earth. The smaller light beam circling, the bigger one, only added to the mystery. The video quickly went viral, and some viewers suggested it was a star or an unknown planet. Until someone investigates more, we may never know the truth behind these lights. Brazilian sky object. Brazilians recently awoke to a scary sight, a motionless armadillo-shaped object floating in the sky. Eyewitnesses say it appears more like a living creature than flying technology.
It's kind of unreal. Very, very good. This is definitely not a drone.
On the internet, many users suggest that it is a portal to another dimension. As the mystery continues, a more unsettling idea has come up. Maybe the object isn't just watching us, but waiting for something, probably waiting to strike us. UFO or Dementor? Last year, a flight passenger filmed something strange outside their window, a smoky shape rapidly following the plane. The video quickly went viral. Some believed it was the exhaust trail of a UFO, while others were convinced it was a real-life Dementor. Nothing about the sighting seemed man-made, which only added to the mystery, falling from the sky. If this video weren't caught on camera, nobody would believe it happened. Look at this mysterious object falling quickly toward the ground. The object, which looked like a figure with a flapping tail, descended rapidly before disappearing. Some viewers thought it could be an alien escaping from another UFO, while others suggested it was just a deflated balloon blown by the wind. No matter what, sightings like this send fear down people's spine. Dark object. On September 13th, a pedestrian in France filmed a mysterious object in the sky with their phone, capturing incredibly clear footage that leaves little doubt about its authenticity. At first, it appears to be a small dot in the sky, possibly a bird or drone, but as the video zooms in, the object's unusual shape becomes clear. Unlike anything we've seen before, it seems to fly upwards, but the figure resembles Superman when the clip is paused. This raises an intriguing question. Could this be a real extraterrestrial encounter, Or is it just a balloon shaped like the famous superhero? If that isn't problematic enough, wait for the next clip we will reveal. Star Wars UFO. Here's the deal. A couple of friends in Uganda were driving down a road when they saw something strange in the distance. It was moving incredibly fast and had an unusual shape, almost like a vehicle from Star Wars. Sightings like this make you wonder if those sci-fi scenes are inspired by more than just imagination. Some people immediately thought it was an alien spacecraft, while others suggested it looked like a giant transformer taking flight. Skeptics argued that the video was blurry and could have been manipulated, but we'll leave it to you to decide. Giant ascending humanoid. In 2015, this video took the internet by storm. Next to a towering building, a large humanoid figure was seen rising into the sky. Does it look like your favorite Marvel superhero? We are surprised too. Was this a human or an alien returning to its home base? Some believed it was a human hybrid, while others thought it was an edited clip. Either way, the video raised interesting questions. Was this proof of Nephilim, extraterrestrials, or something even more scary? While we can't say precisely what it is, one thing we noticed was a blinking light near the foot. This suggests that the figure is an advanced technology, not a being. That is not all. A UFO expert suggested this could be bioengineered super soldiers. Welcome to the army of the future. Shape-shifting UFO. Earlier this year, this strange object was spotted in the skies above the UK. UFO enthusiasts quickly called it extraterrestrial, while skeptics took a more cautious approach. What made the sighting even stranger was the object's ability to produce powerful bursts of lightning, as if it could control the weather.
That would be the best way to describe, because that's creepy. That is alien object to me, because it did this whole, like, praise the Lord hands.
You made an angel.
This unusual behavior led some to suggest that NATO forces were fighting an air battle with extraterrestrials. Some even claimed they could feel a strange energy coming from the object. The incident has left many puzzled, with theories flying everywhere. A media report suggests it was a new military technology in distress, but it appears more like a deflated balloon caught in rough weather. Burning sky. A couple looking out their window spotted this extraordinary sight in the sky and quickly began filming. They saw brilliant golden lights glowing in the distance. It has striking similarities to missiles raining down from above. Online users suggested that the phenomenon was a UFO struck by an anti-air missile, but the military and government have been silent about the event, fueling rumors of an active cover-up. About a month earlier, in Chile, a similar strange craft was seen hovering low in the sky near tall buildings, but the question remained, why was it so close to the ground and in plain sight? Was it running out of fuel, or did the craft not care about getting caught? The skies have a way of shocking us, but the incident in the next clip left onlookers bewildered. Keep watching to find out why. Clowns in the sky. This menacing, clown-like shape appeared in the sky, causing people to scramble for their phones to capture it. Just as they began to record, a small glowing orb rose from the ground and collided with the dark shape, causing it to vanish completely. As usual, UFO enthusiasts on social media suggested it was a battle between two opposing groups of extraterrestrial forces. The sudden appearance of a circular void in the sky, lit up by a blinding light, made it feel like the sky itself was about to rip open on those present. The Phoenix Lights. On the evening of March 13, 1997, a massive V-shaped UFO was reported flying over Phoenix at around 8:15 p.m. Witnesses described the object as having 5 spherical lights and large enough to block out the stars as it silently moved across the sky. Later that evening, around 10 p.m., the U.S. Air Force dropped slow-falling military-grade flares as part of a training exercise. Some speculated that the military had intentionally flooded the sky with lights to discredit the UFO reports. Belgian UFO wave. Between November 1989 and April 1990, thousands of people across Belgium reportedly saw this triangular UFOs flying overhead. Belgian officials even tracked these objects using radar on several occasions. On the evening of March 30, 1990, about 13,500 people witnessed the UFOs being chased by 2 F-16 fighter jets. Over the course of an hour, the jets made 9 attempts to intercept the UFOs, with one radar lock showing the UFO accelerating from 150 meters per hour to over 1,100 meters per hour, while simultaneously descending from 9,000 feet to 5,000 feet in mere seconds. To this day, the identity of the Belgian UFOs remains unexplained. Was this a natural phenomenon, advanced technology, or something from beyond our world? For now, the mystery remains unsolved, leaving room for endless speculation and wonder.